bring in Rajat
let,
Sethi and Rashid Kidwai now. Rajat Sethi,
now you have not
please come
given
on
me
the
an
screen.
opportunity to
You will
speak
not
my
get
mind.
time because you're not making the right point here. Rajat Sethi and Rashid Kidwai, please, on the screen. Rajat, the question is that there was some meeting which was held by Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress chief, in which there were other leaders, including the leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, who was in attendance. But the narrative is that the election is not free and fair. On the ground, you were not seen to be working. Then why blame the election commission? Blame the people of Bihar next.
Just wait for it and you will see the people of Bihar will eventually be blamed. They will identify certain sweeties in Bihar and say that, see, 20 times sweetie has voted, how can we win the election? That's the lame excuses they will come up with. By the way, they have 45 days. If there is any fraud that they detected during the election, let me tell it to the Congress party through your channel. You have 45 days. Follow the goddamn process. Okay, you are not living in a kingdom where you are an anointed prince or a king. Follow the rules that every citizen has to follow. By the Election Commission guidelines, you have those 45 days, unearth any fraud and take it to the courts, take it to the Election Commission. Don't make sweeping statements which have zero meaning, because all you're doing is presenting these platitudes without an iota of evidence whatsoever. You know, I'm hearing today on Twitter, there are a bunch of these advisors who have never contested election, who can never win a single election in their lifetimes. Now they are saying that Congress party and the entire opposition should resign en masse and should boycott elections. They want to take the Khalida Zia route in Bangladesh. They have figured out a model that that's perhaps the best way. Now the entire public of this country, election after election, is anyway boycotting them. Let them sit in the opposition. I'm telling you, nothing will happen to this country. Nobody will come out on the streets. Not even their own party workers will hit the street. Let me tell you, if they want to take the suicidal path, we are more than happy, and they are welcome to actually go out and deprive of all the these allegations that they keep doing all around and keep finding punching bags throughout the election cycle. We'll be very happy if we don't get to hear any of those. Come on, this cannot be. How sore can you be as a loser? How sore? Every single writing on the wall was clear and evident that whatever you were doing throughout the election cycle was patently wrong, wrong strategy making, wrong ticketing,
Yes.
everything wrong. And then it's like a
Mahima,
garbage in, garbage out.
Let's be clear. As someone who was on the ground and reporting from the ground, it was evident that SIR was not an issue on which the vote would be cast. At best, it was a voter awareness yatra. Why blame the people of Bihar for not voting for you? You were not presenting an alternative to them.
Jai Hind. Maria, if you, the BJP spokesperson on your show, the BJP supporter on your show are to be believed, then why is Miss Nirmala Sitharaman's husband, Shri Parkala Prabhakar, saying that now BJP, after having Mahila Morcha, Yuva Morcha, also has an election Morcha? Then why, Maria, were 4 special trains run from Haryana to Bihar between the 3rd of November and the 10th of November? Then why, Maria, was model code of conduct was flouted by the BJP in broad daylight, by the NDA in broad daylight, and not a single eyebrow rose? Why was RJD's complaint not answered, not acknowledged by the Election Commission?
Which complaint?
Why? The RJD had complained during the election about the model code of conduct being flouted. Why, Maria, then in that case, the SIR, the discrepancies there were not acknowledged by the election?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You had enough time. Let's be clear. You are coming up with all the points which... No, ma'am, ma'am. All that point is for Guru Prakash Paswan to respond.
It is your show. Thank you for inviting me. But give me my fair chance. Give me my fair chance. Now, Maria, another question, very vital, rises here. Why Mr. Gyanesh Kumar, the CEC, declared Bihar voters to be 7.42 crores right ahead of the election, and now when the result is declared, it is 7.45 crores. Where has those? Where has this 3 lakh? Where have these voters come from? Why are these questions not bothering you or any well-thinking person?
No, because I'll tell you, ma'am. I'll tell you why it's not bothering me. Because as a reporter on the ground, I did not see any resonance for the Congress party. I did not
We
see
did.
any resonance or the issues
Maria, we are also
resonating
on the
with people
ground.
on the ground.
We are-
I did not see it on
Maria-
the ground, so I will not be buying into your theory. But yes, please go
Maria,
ahead.
you
Guru
were not
Prakash
alone on the
Paswan, please
ground.
respond. Please
You
go ahead,
were
Guru
not
Prakash
alone on
Paswan.
the ground. We were all
Guru
on the
Prakash
ground.
Paswan.
Our people were on
Yes.
the ground.
Maria,
Guru Prakash Paswan.
Yeah. Maria, I think we have heard her sufficiently. So, see, did you hear Mr. Papu Yadav complain about the SIR process? Absolutely not. Mr. Papu Yadav have been on the ground and like you said and acknowledged कि सर आप अपने दम पे जीतते रहते हैं. The Delhi-based leaders, the Delhi-based establishment of the Congress party, the entitled, the privileged and the dynast ones. Mr. Pawan Khera 6 महीने में एक बार आते हैं, होटल ताज में रहते और चले जाते हैं. ये सब के सब जितने कांग्रेस के दिल्ली आधारित नेता हैं, ये उनका नैरेटिव था. The fake narrative, the false propaganda around Supreme Court, around SIR process was manufactured by the Delhi-based Congress intellectuals. You have to realize this. As far as SIR is concerned, Maria, we have faith in the Supreme Court of India. The Supreme Court of India on multiple occasions said, SIR Rahul Gandhi ji ke parnana ke samay hua. SIR Rahul Gandhi ji ke पिताजी के समय हुआ. SIR Rahul Gandhi ji के दादी के समय हुआ. SIR is a regular, constitutional, legal, transparent process. For God's sake, I think Congress party needs to have leaders on the ground. You need to have ear on the ground.
Okay, Rashid
you need to
Kidwai.
have
Rashid
perspective
Kidwai,
from the ground.
as someone
Mr. Krishna
who has-
Alavuru, who is apparently a Wharton.
Absolutely.
No, Mr. Krishna.
I'm
देखो,
going
देखो.
to I'm going
दस
to
सेकंड,
speak
Maria.
about Krishna Alavuru
Alavuru
as well.
Krishna.
About the
But
protest.
let me bring in Rashid
Mr.
Kidwai.
Amit Shah was saying,
Rashid
no,
Kidwai.
allow me
Rashid
a
Kidwai
rebuttal.
will speak now.
You have to
Rashid
hear
Kidwai,
Wharton,
Rashid
Krishna
Kidwai
Alav-
on the screen. Rashid, the question really is that is the Congress knocking at wrong doors? Because the reality is, Rashid, SIR was not an issue on the ground. After Vote Adhikar Yatra, Tejasvi Yadav carried out Bihar Adhikar Yatra and then he spoke about jobs. He understood SIR was not an issue. That's why it was not even mentioned in their joint manifesto. Then came what? Soon after the announcement of the Model Code of Conduct, did any rallies happen? Did any consultation happen? For 10 days, there was no political activity on the part of Mahagathbandhan.
Maria, we must understand election is a complex phenomena. You've been on the ground, so you know it is very. There are a lot of factors they get in. Remember, this was also election that took place after Operation Sindoor and after the government of India's tussle at the foreign affairs manner with Donald Trump, and this is a reflection of a lot of factors that were there. Now you see, the elections should be conducted in free and fair manner. I think if there is any mandate of any nature, that would not mean, we have first passed the post system. That does not mean that it is an endorsement or rejection of that issue. So we must have, free and fair elections. And if a political party is raising, it is for the election commission to appoint a sort of inquiry, form a committee,
Then they
etc.
should actually
Now,
approach the election commission and say that there
Absolutely.
is a fraud.
Absolutely. At the same
One,
time-
and second, Rashid, because
And more
when the final
substantively-
list, when the list was prepared after the deletion, it was put out by the election commission. Did any of the parties file an affidavit that the names were deleted? That is my question first.
So,
Second,
yeah, all these
after
factors
one
will be
moment,
there.
because I've covered this election very closely and I followed the entire SIR exercise and the petitions that were challenged in the Supreme Court as well. That's why I'm raising these questions.
No, Maria, you are right,
Second,
but I think it is-
Rashid, one moment.
Yeah.
I have another question, please.
Yeah.
Second, when the first phase of election happened, I'm sure all these political parties in Mahagathbandhan had their booth representatives. Could they find a single voter whose name was not there in the list and he was a legitimate voter? For 4 days, there's a gap of the first phase is on 6th, the next phase is on 11th. 4 days gap, what happens? Is there a single voter in Bihar who's not given a right to exercise his vote despite of his name, despite of him being a legitimate voter? Come on, what are we talking about here?
Maria, I'm making a limited point that, it was a fierce electoral contest. Political parties and formations had their sort of vote percentage, and that is not a great, qualitative change. It is just that the outcome has been very different and perhaps a shocker for the opposition in the sense the quantum of defeat. But my friend, what Rajat Sethi was saying is, I think, is highly inappropriate and uncalled for to say that the opposition should not contest if they don't have variety. See, the opposition, Maria, let me remind, the Congress's opposition was also in opposition for decades. And they also had a tie-up, I remember VP Singh government was supported by both the left
Rajat Sethi.
and the Bharatiya Janata
Rajat
Party.
Sethi, a quick
That
response
doesn't
and then
mean
I'll give the last word
the
to
Prime
Mahima
Minister
Singh.
makes fun of
Yes, go
other
ahead.
formations.
Rashidji,
Rajat Sethi.
respectfully, I said that people who are the so-called advisors of the Congress are advising them not to contest. I, by all means, would be very happy that at least this tamasha will stop. Please don't contest for the next 10 years. Nothing will happen to this country. We'll be similar as a nation. There'll be a lot of regional parties which will emerge. Let Congress party take a break. Take a break for 10 years, then come back. Follow the Khalida Zia model as one of your principal advisors is trying to suggest to you. See, come on, there has to be some way in which you need to appreciate the mandate. You're not sitting in those countries where peaceful transition of power does not happen. This is not sub-Saharan Africa, or this is not Pakistan, Afghanistan kind of a country. Everybody is cognizant and aware. Our democracy runs in our vessels. It's not so easy to snatch away the right of a voter that easily.
Mahima, the time is there for the Congress to introspect. Why indulge in blame game? There are important 5 elections coming up next year. Get your house in order, come up with a strategy and play on the field rather than indulge in this kind of punching bag strategy.
Thank you, but no thank you, Maria. I would have been happy if you for once told the BJP ahead of Lok Sabha elections that why freeze the accounts of your principal opposition party. I would be happy if you questioned the BJP, why were those 4 special trains run? I would have been happy if you would have questioned the BJP, why has the election machinery been demolished in this country piece by piece in collusion with their sycophants occupying the chairs in the election commission, the top chairs. So you see, Maria, all your questions are misplaced. Your priorities probably.
So now I'm the punching bag. Guru, throughout the entire SIR exercise, all the questions that I've raised on the election commission, all the election commission questions that I've raised has been brushed under the carpet because this is the convenient way now. Convenient way, very convenient way.
The reasonable questions, Maria. That is what concerns us.
Very convenient way. Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan, 30 seconds. When I was raising questions on the functioning of the constitutional institution like the Election Commission, then you did not have an issue. Today I'm saying that you have to get your house in order, then you are having an issue. Please go ahead, Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan.
No, Maria, this is exactly the problem. You and I both, we belong to Bihar and we have seen the glory and the decay of Sadakat Ashram. The Sadakat Ashram is the Congress party headquarters. गंगा के किनारे वो ऑफिस है और आज वो अपने पुराने ग्लोरी में ही जी रहा है. The Congress party need to rethink, the Congress party need to innovate, the Congress party need to energize their ground cadres. Because I, for one, we believe that the Congress party has a presence in about every district of the country, but the leadership has stopped reimagining. The leadership has stopped talking about themselves. The leadership is generally going about what Mr. Rahul Gandhi is saying upwards. The politics in Bihar, in a state like Bihar, which is a very politically conscious state, you think as a Bihari, as a conscious Bihari, anyone can disenfranchise me and I'll just stay silent. This is not any other state. I mean, respect to the political consciousness of the other states as well, but Bihar is highly political conscious. आप बिहार के लोगों को disenfranchise कर दोगे और बिहार में क्रांति नहीं होगी. This is unbelievable. This is unimaginable. Bihar is a seat where the first voice of resistance against emergency also started. So I think ये बिहार के विवेक पे.
Dr. Prakash Paswan, Rashid Kidwai and Rajat Sethi, thank you for joining us. Let's not forget that this is a mandate for the NDA. High time the opposition, the Mahagathbandhan realizes that they did not get it right, that their political calculation did not work. They could have expanded their social base. That did not happen. Of course, their vote share is similar to 2020, but could they have got their strategy right? They have not. Let's be clear. A mandate similar to 2010 for a chief minister who has been in office for 20 years. Imagine what what the message that is coming in from the voters of Bihar.